Just before you throw in the towel when it comes to cryptocurrencies, or maybe you might think it's a scam or you believe China. Oh, okay. But before you do that, you might want to watch this video because I'm going to prove to you why cryptocurrencies are going to be on a massive bull run coming up very soon. Stick around. What's up, Cryptoland? Black Crypto here, bringing another cryptocurrency video where I talk about the basics of Bitcoin and everything else cryptocurrency, how to live off of cryptocurrencies, how to build your business off of cryptocurrencies, and how to build generational wealth. And one of those ways of building generational wealth is actually knowing and timing the market just right. So of course, when it comes to cryptocurrencies, you may have been hearing a whole lot of FUD when it comes to China. You may have been hearing a whole lot in terms of regulations in the US, but there are some clear indicators, and I'm going to keep it very simple, guys, in terms of why I think that cryptocurrencies are on a massive cuff of a bull run. I'm talking about, I think Bitcoin is, I think that's going to be going to about $150,000, and Ethereum is going to $10,000. I'm going to explain and I'm going to show you exactly why, because I'm going to prove it to you. Hopefully, while I prove this to you, you'll understand cryptocurrencies a little bit more, you'll believe in them a little bit more, and you'll want to definitely jump on this train. The market is ready to explode right now. Now, I have three key areas that I want to point out when it comes to this. Now, the first thing is the math. When it comes to the math of cryptocurrency. Now, let's think about this. Now, when it comes to cryptocurrency, it's represented in units. So let's just say you have one coin, right? And it's worth $1 million. That's it. If you have two coins, well, the market cap, if it's still $1 million, means that each coin is worth $500,000. But what happens when you have so many people fighting over those two coins? And that's partly that supply and demand. And that's why that price in terms of that $1 million can go to $2 million or even $10 million in terms of people and what they're willing to pay for those particular coins. So I know in terms of the market, you might be thinking in terms of cryptocurrency or just speculative, and that's okay. That's fine. But when it comes to the math, you still cannot ignore it. So the second point underneath this is that when it comes to exchanges, they're depleting their supply, which means that at one point they bought up or they accumulated a whole lot of cryptocurrencies, and now they have so many customers that are just believing in cryptocurrencies and they're just buying them up. They're buying them up from the exchanges. They're also sending all of these cryptocurrencies off of the exchanges and enter their private wallets, for instance. So when it comes to this, that means that, hey, listen, we don't have that much to sell and we need the price to go up because we're running out of cryptocurrency. So that's one of the reasons why I think that the market is definitely going up. Now, the third thing underneath this in terms of why I think the market is going to explode is big institutions, they want in and they want your crypto for sure. So, of course, when it comes to big players, of course, we've seen in terms of Tesla when they did a $1.5 billion, purchase when it comes to cryptocurrency. So, do you think they're the only players in town? Do you think that's the only big company and big institution that's going to be investing in cryptocurrencies? Absolutely not. Another thing you have to keep in mind is Etf Approval is just around the corner. Big institutions want in, and that's where the big money is in terms of ETFs. Not only that, of course, they're putting a lot of money into these particular projects, whether it's Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin as a store of value. Maybe it's some of these other exotic coins in terms of the use cases behind these cryptocurrencies. I always tell you, it's not about the money, it's about the technology. So you have a lot of institutions that are waiting and knocking at the door of crypto. Now, although I gave you these few pointers in terms of why I think the market is going to explode, of course, this is not the proof that I'm talking about. And now I'm going to prove to you why I think that we're on the cuff of a big bull run right around the corner. Okay, so the first way that I want to prove to you that it's going to be a bull run coming up soon. Let's take an example from Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin right now is about $40,000 and it's in jeopardy of going lower than that, right? No. Listen, in terms of the price, in terms of where I think it's going to go, this is the reason why I think so. The first one is, of course, the bottom is in when it comes to Bitcoin. What do I definitely mean with this? In terms of the production of Bitcoin, there is more Bitcoin being purchased than can be produced right now at this time. So that's one of the indicators that I think that Bitcoin is definitely going to be shooting up very soon. And the second thing that I want to point out when it comes to Bitcoin, another thing that you want to keep in mind is, of course, the price. Now, something that people are not talking about, the 2017 bull run, as they say, it went from around, what, $3,000 or so, a little bit less or so, to all the way up to about $20,000. Now, okay, so for instance, it took from 2017 to 2021 to just 2x. I mean, come on, $20,000 to $40,000, that's it? Where's the bull run? Obviously, there's a bull run that's going to be coming shortly. So if we were to 10x, that would put us around $400,000. The third thing that I want you to keep in mind when it comes to Bitcoin, of course, is, you know, there's a lot of upgrades that are coming to Bitcoin very soon. In November, I talked about this already in terms of smart signatures with Taproot upgrade. Now, in terms of this, what does this really mean? It's going to make Bitcoin transactions more private. And who's going to take advantage of that? Of course, you and me, but big institutions. So we're going to probably see a run-up right before then, but definitely after that leading into next year. And that's definitely when we're going to see a bull run. So in terms of my price prediction, in terms of Bitcoin, I think we're definitely going to see a bull run near the end of this year, where we're going to be probably closing off, like I've been talking about before, around $75,000 or so. I mean, I would of course like to see it go higher than that, but over the next 6 months or so leading into next year, spring, right in the tip of summer, we're possibly going to see this bull run, and we're going to probably be hitting that $150,000 mark when it comes to Bitcoin. So let's take a look at Ethereum right now. Now, when it comes to Ethereum, I think Ethereum is on the cusp of a massive bull run also. So one of the things that I want you to keep in mind is, of course, the gas fees. You've been hearing in terms of the gas fees with Ethereum being very, very high, and that's absolutely true. But of course, what does that mean? What's happening behind the scenes? Once again, now the first thing I want to point out when it comes to Ethereum and why I want to prove that I think that this is going to happen, once again, is the ecosystem. They're allowing the ecosystem to mature. There are so many developers underneath the Ethereum platform, and there's so much things that are happening, and eyes are, of course, on Ethereum. So I think this is one of the reasons why Ethereum is on the cusp of a massive bull run, because we need that to happen, especially with all of the other projects that are underneath the ecosystem. And that brings me to the second point underneath Ethereum is, of course, the upgrades also. Ethereum 2.0. We're now going to have a chance to move from proof of work to proof of stake. Now, Vitalik Buterin has also said that he's trying to get this out by the end of the year, and I don't think 2.0 is going to happen by the end of the year, but we're going to probably see a lot of upgrades that are going to lead us towards that 2.0, and possibly into next year, we're going to see that actual full 2.0. We're going to definitely have to watch that and see what actually happens. But when it comes to these upgrades, we hopefully might see a little bull run right up to this upgrade that's going to be happening near the end of the year, or definitely into next year. Now, in terms of the third thing that I want to point out when it comes to Ethereum that you have to definitely keep in mind is also the price. Listen, just like Bitcoin, you're going to tell me since 2017, when we got that big bull run, when it tipped about $1,400, you're telling me now today that we're in 2021, we're fighting at a $3,000 mark, which means 2x. Come on, guys. I've already said, you know, we've seen other cryptocurrencies. We've gained 100%, 500%, 1,000%. So where is Ethereum's bull run? And it's soon to come, I'm telling you. So what kind of bull run can we see for Ethereum? I mean, right now with that price, I think we're going to be seeing nearly in a year, we're going to see a nice big bull run or a massive move where we're going to go towards $6,000 to $8,000. But my target is around $10,000 for Ethereum leading into next year, or especially in the tip of the summer. Now, when it comes to, for instance, Ethereum, I think that Ethereum has a chance to really outperform Bitcoin. Of course, when it comes to Bitcoin right now, we may see a massive increase, and we may see a increase when it's just in terms of 2 or 3x when it comes to Bitcoin. Like I said, my eyes is definitely on $150,000 when it comes to Bitcoin. But when it comes to Ethereum, when it comes to the massive ecosystem that's underneath Ethereum, I think that we're going to see a 5, or possibly we may even see a 10x when it comes to Ethereum, especially if they get everything working correctly when it comes to that ETH 2.0. So hopefully that's going to be the start of it near the end of this year, and into next year, if they get everything right, we're going to see that kind of increase. Oh, I'm not a financial advisor. Do not take this as any kind of financial advice whatsoever. I'm just doing this for entertainment and educational purpose only, because honestly, I think that every single one of my predictions is wrong. Let's now look at a third coin, Polkadot. The Ethereum killer, right? I mean, they're saying everything is the Ethereum killer. Solana is the Ethereum killer. Cardano is the Ethereum killer. Stop worrying about the Ethereum killer. Ethereum is going to be just fine. But let's look at Polkadot, for instance, and let's look at why I think that we're definitely on the cusp of a bull run, not only for cryptocurrencies, but definitely in terms of Polkadot. So in terms of Polkadot, in terms of this cryptocurrency, its focus is interoperability, in terms of allowing you to have a chance to work between blockchains, for instance. Ethereum doesn't really play nice with other blockchains, or Bitcoin doesn't really play nice with other blockchains, and we need a technology that can be, say, for instance, a bridge. But when it comes to Polkadot, why am I talking about Polkadot? Why do I think that it's on the cusp of a bull run? Of course, one of the first things you have to keep in mind, if it's an Ethereum killer, that means that it must be important. Now, in terms of Polkadot, we know that the founder was from the original founding team of Ethereum. So whatever he's doing, it must mean something. So the second thing that I want you to keep in mind when it comes to to Polkadot, is their network effect. Their network effect is massive, and it is growing just as quickly as Ethereum. So when it comes to that, what is this network we're talking about? You've been hearing also about Kusama, which is underneath, of course, Polkadot. Now, this is a test network, and of course, if things go completely right with this, it's going to explode, especially for Polkadot. But the third thing I want you to keep in mind is something that nobody is actually talking about, and this is one of the things that I actually spotted. When it comes to Ethereum, you can make tokens underneath the Ethereum token. Of course, we know this, right? So when it comes to Polkadot, what are some of the cryptocurrencies that are underneath Polkadot? We, of course, know with Kusama, but what is another one that is based off of this ecosystem? The Crust Network. So let's take a look at the Crust Network, because right now, the Crust Network is above $30, right? I want you to keep that in mind in terms of the price of Crust. Now, in terms of Crust, this is in terms of decentralized storage, just like Filecoin, for instance. But of course, they are working specifically with this ecosystem. And then in the future, there are going to be a lot of other blockchains that are going to be able to tap into this actual network as they now start to build it out. So one of the things that I wanted to point out that I want you to keep in mind, the price of Polkadot. The price of Polkadot, $30 as well. Okay, so that maybe doesn't mean anything to you, but let me just point this out. You're going to tell me that you're going to have a token that is built underneath you and it's worth more? Does that actually make sense? Okay, for instance, let's now take, for instance, in terms of Ethereum. Now, out of all of the cryptocurrencies that are made underneath Ethereum, there is not a single one that comes close when it comes to the price of Ethereum. Of course, there is one in terms of finance, but this is a fluke. That's only because they have an insanely low amount of coins in terms of just over 16,000. And that's one of the reasons why you see the price so high. But other than that, there's no other cryptocurrencies that are going to be worth more than the actual main currency. So when it happens now with, of course, Polkadot, and we're now seeing this in terms of course, with Crust, this is one of the reasons why I think that, of course, Polkadot is ready to explode. And of course, we know in terms of price of Kusama. And listen, guys, this is something that you're going to have to pay close attention to. So, of course, Polkadot has some making up to do, and this is one of the reasons why I think that we're on the cusp of a massive bull run when it comes to Polkadot. Now, where do I think that Polkadot is going to end? Around the end of the year, and I think we're going to be going towards around $200 if we start to hit any kind of bull run. And leading into next year, into the tip of the summer, I definitely think that we're going to be seeing a price target of about $500 because I'm very bullish when it comes to Polkadot. One of the reasons why I'm very bullish when it comes to Polkadot is because, of course, if it works on Polkadot and Kusama, it's going to work with Ethereum, and that's going to be something massive for it. And a lot of times what they will do is they put a lot of money into these smaller projects or these projects that are layer 2 solutions, for instance, and then they pump all the money into the main blockchain, for instance. So definitely keep your eyes on Polkadot, and I think this is one that's going to explode with this bull run that's coming. All right, so there you have it. So in terms of cryptocurrencies, is there a bull run that's about to come? I definitely think so. I definitely think that we're going to see some higher highs near the end of the year. You know, Bitcoin, I think it's going to be hitting $150,000. I definitely think Ethereum is going to be hitting $10,000. I definitely think Polkadot will hit $500. I mean, it's only a matter of time, really, right? But of course, what are some of the indicators, or what are some of the reasons why you may think, of course, this will happen? And that's why I wanted to point out these few areas to you. Of course, keep in mind, big institutions, they want in, and you have to always remember the math. I mean, like I said, guys, keep in mind, when it comes to Bitcoin, it is something that there's only a few out there, and there's not enough millionaires to even support the math when it comes to Bitcoin. ETFs, it's on the cuff. It's going to actually happen one day. Other cryptocurrencies, institutions, they're pouring their money into all of them. Now, of course, when it comes to Bitcoin, there's so many reasons why Bitcoin is going to explode. It just needs to happen, especially with Ethereum. They've both only climbed in terms of 2x in terms of their price since 2017 to 2021. And we've seen so many other cryptocurrencies prove that they can go up 100, 200, 500%. When is that going to happen for Bitcoin and Ethereum? And of course, with Polkadot, another popular cryptocurrency, we're expecting that to explode as well. And they have a massive network right now. But how is it possible that some other cryptocurrencies are even more valuable than that blockchain? So that's one of the things that you're going to have to keep your eye on. And that's why I'm stacking up on Polkadot, and I'm actually staking Polkadot. Guys, you should be staking right now. Stop worrying about this price and these price dips and all of that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. You should be accumulating as much as possible. So when this bull run comes, you will be in the best position, especially for that generational wealth. And that's what I'm trying to show you guys. Guys, leave a comment below. Let me know, what do you think about this? Do you think these are some good indicators in terms of why we're going to be seeing this massive bull run? Let me know what you think about the prices that I actually gave you guys in terms of my actual targets. Leave a comment in the section below. Also, guys, hit that like button. Helps me get my videos recommended out there to everybody. Also, make sure you go to bitcoinnewspost.com for the latest cryptocurrency news there. You definitely want to bookmark that, because every single day you're going to find out exactly what's going on in multiple categories. Guys, also, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell so you'll be notified anytime I release any videos right here on this channel. And I'll see you guys in the bull run. Peace.